Hello, 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 all my pre-K teachers. How are y'all doing today? I hope all is well. Today, I want to talk about the first days of school. One of the things that I've seen a lot, teachers are always very nervous about what to do on the first day of school, especially new teachers. And the answer to that is teach. You have to teach your students on the first day of school. Well, Camille, Miss Camille, what are you talking about? Well, the moment you see your students is the moment that is the teaching begins, like the learning for them begins. And so you have to be very clear about how you want your students to move in your classroom, the type of classroom culture and environment that you are creating, so that as soon as you meet those students, you will be able to start engaging them, cultivating them, and bringing them into your classroom culture, into the classroom culture that you want to create. Okay, I remember when I was in a public school, we had to go downstairs to the cafeteria to pick up the students. And or yeah, so like all the kids would meet in a general area, and then the teachers would have to come down and pick the kids up and then walk them upstairs to the class. Okay, so what I realized is that, first of all, the students don't know how to walk in a line. So what are we going to do? We're going to have a lesson right there, real quick. Once we get everyone's attention, we have everyone say bye to mommy and daddy, and this is how we line up. And myself and the co-teachers, we demonstrate for them. Okay, friends, we're gonna get into a line. How do we line up? And I'm doing a talk, a think aloud with the friends. Well, how do we line up? And say, well, we have to stand behind the person. There's one person in the front, and we're going to line up just like a train. And so we help the kids to associate lining up to something that they are typically familiar with, right? And so we say, okay, the teacher is going to be in front, and we need everyone to walk behind the teacher. And so we literally take the time to line them up. Like, we say, okay, so if you're standing next to a friend, you're going to get behind that friend. And I would demonstrate what behind actually means. And so once everyone is behind a friend, we're going to be walking, and we have to make sure that we stay that we follow the person in front of us. Okay, we're all leaders. And so friends, when whoever is walking behind the teacher is leading the person in front of them. So we're all line leaders. Okay. And so we train them that this is how we walk in the hall. And then we do like a quick little demonstration about the importance of looking forward when we're walking in the halls. We have to make sure that our eyes are forward, because if we're looking this way and we walk, and I'll walk and smack into like a column or into another person, we won't be able to see where we're going. So it's so important that your eyes are forward when we're walking on the line. And so just that short takes about 5 minutes or less, right? But taking the time, and it may take longer, but you really have to be intentional about what you're teaching, because that right there, if a child comes in, you think about it, many of them have never been in school before. They have no idea what walking in a line is about. But if you're in a public school or in a setting where you have to guide your students from one place to another, you're not just going to have them walking in a big blob, especially in a public school, because you got to walk in the halls, and then you have to be quiet, and all of these different factors come into play. And so it's important for you to tell the students, to teach them from that moment, from the beginning, because you want to set them up for success, right? And so just saying, okay, guys, let's go, and they don't know where they're going. Number one, they're in a brand new environment. They don't know, you're telling them to line up. They have no idea what that means to line up, because they've never had to line up before, and so just taking some time to go through something as simple as lining up and walking from one place to another. When we're here in school, This is how we walk. We walk behind the person in front of us, our eyes are forward, and we make sure that our mouths are quiet. We don't want to disturb anyone else that's might be working or whatever it is. Okay. So I hope you found that helpful. That's just one of the things that is super important to teach your students on the first day of school, especially if you have to, walk them from one place to another. All right. Hope you found that helpful, and I'll see you guys soon.